Time to blaze it. What is going on, guys? We're going to be doing a fun 1v1 challenge today with our buddy Bryce. So Googan just came out with the new blazer worm right here, and there's two other really popular brands that also have a very similar worm. So I thought it'd be fun to get out here, do a 1v1 challenge, and kind of compare the two other brands to the Googan baits and see which one can catch more fish. With that being said, guys, let's take a closer look at these baits. So guys, I did a real easy win with this. I picked all the same colors, right? I went June bug all the way. Real simple, they're all gonna be the same. Wrong, they're already completely different. Strike King is like a plum color. Googan's is more of like a flaky purpley color. That Z-Man's big old turd looking thing, and that's really just dark and completely different. As far as the plastics go, I can already tell that Googan went ahead and reinforced this plastic. It kind of feels like the same one they put in their punch more recently, and we all know how Z-Man likes to do their stuff. They're crazy, super durable, they float, and they're kind of made out of like a rubber band material. Now, Strike King is gonna be kind of your classic mold and classic plastic. It's pretty durable and it's pretty good. And it's got a coffee scent, something that I'm not crazy about, but I don't hate. Let's take a closer smell. That's got the slaunch sauce. And what the heck? It almost smells like beef jerky to me. So slaunch sauce, beef jerky Z-Man, and then we got the coffee-filled Strike King. So all three completely different baits, even though they have very similar features. Let's go ahead and just start fishing them, see what they do. So if you guys are interested in picking up any of these baits yourself, you can go and do so at shopkarls.com, which is actually today's sponsor. Leaving a link below my description. They got tons of great companies and tons of great baits like the Z-Man, Strike King, and Googan. So get on over there, take a look at that link below in the description. Big shout out to Shop Karls for sponsoring today's video. Now let's go ahead and start fishing. We're about to flip a coin to see who gets the blazing worm. What are you calling? You're gonna call or am I gonna call?
You call it.
All right, heads. It's heads, boys! We're about to blaze it. We are about to blaze it. This is actually really funny because if you look at Bryce's setup real quick, he's actually got a blazing worm on there. So I think we just stole his confidence bait right there. So, all right, guys, we're just rigging this thing up on a 1/4 ounce tungsten weight little worm weight. We got a 3/0 Googan hammer hook. Got a little stopper, and we're gonna be throwing it on my basic little flipping and pitching Texas rig setup. Look at this. Bryce got his turd all dirty. It's the face of a hairy turd Texas right there. I'm gonna fish this wall and try not to die. Whoa. There's another spot.
No way.
What the heck is that? I can see my bait. Ah, the bottom's netting. That's not good. Hide those hooks. Oh! Oh my goodness! Whoa, that hit it out of nowhere, bro. Let's go. That's a chunky one, dude. Working the walls, guys. Pulled this Fatosaurus Rex off of it. Look at this thing, man. He's cold. This water is still cold here, so these guys are definitely eating and moving. They're not feeding on the beds. Let me get a real quick weight on this guy because he's pretty fat, dude. Look at the size of the belly. Oh my god. Ow, 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 he poked me. Stay cool, bro. I thought I was snagged on grass again, guys. I was just working along the wall. Little 3-pounder probably. 2.5? Or he's not even off the ground. Wasn't even off the ground. 2.6, 2.7, nothing too crazy, man. He's got some big bulging eyes though. All right, guys, first one of the day. All right, guys, first fish on the blazing worm that puts me up above our boy Bryce. And I got that one just working a real slow and steady along the wall, honestly. I flipped over here into this little stagnant pool and just started slow rolling it in, how I typically do with like a paddle tail or like a ribbon tail, and that fish just nailed it and ran. I didn't even have to set the hook. One thing I was telling Bryce real quick, guys, is this water is so stained, the clarity's real issue. So I have this weight stop, this little peg stop, and what it does, catches that weight. I have it just far enough so that weight can create a little bit of clicking when it hits that hook, and definitely will help attract some fish in there. Oh, flip it, bro. That's a good one. Flip him. Oh, he's fouled. Oh, let's go, Bryce. Let's go, boy. Let's go.
1 and 1.
All right, guys. Bryce just got the first fish on the Z-Man turd. So it's a 1-1 now. Take a look at this thing. Oh, he's got a red tail. He might have been on the bed already. Black tail right there. Yeah. Well, it's officially tied up, guys. That just means we got to fish it even harder. Bryce found out what you got to do. It's just slow rolling that thing across the bottom, huh? All right, guys. Next spot. Still tied up 1-1 with our boy Bryce. I assume it's good. Getting hit. There we go. There we go, baby. That's fish number 2 for me. Dude, look, this is crazy. Right underneath me, there's a, like a zoom version of the same worm we're throwing. Well, we know what they want, guys. Someone else is throwing the same exact thing that we are, but not the Blazin worm. Fish number 2, man. We're up. Sorry, Bryce. Oh, here he comes. Here he comes. Here he comes. He can't handle it. There goes Bryce over here. Now the challenge is on, he says, huh? Just working that one real slow. Toss it right outside this tree line. Just hop, hop, let it sit. Almost like flipping technique. He was pecking at it for a few times before he actually took off with it. So I think that might be the method for the madness at this location. Every spot's different. The first spot, that first fish we got, he just blew up on it, actually annihilated this thing. So I'm gonna kind of fish it a little bit slower, a little bit more thoroughly here, since that last bite came on a slow fall and a slow pickup. Anytime I feel that pecking, I know it's time to slow it down. All right, guys, Bryce just caught a crappie. It was like a almost 2-pound crappie, so we're tied up 2-2. For some reason, GoPro didn't get it, but
not
that
for
is
some reason. No, you
purposely, right? But that's why I'm announcing it right here. Tied up 2-2, and we got some time left in the day, so we're about to really put the pedal to the metal and see if we can get going. All right, guys, spot number 3 just got here. We are still tied up 2v2. Let's see if we can make something happen.
For now.
Right?
Come out here, my buddy.
Oh my God, bro. Hammered like a sideways swipe. Oh my God, it almost took the rod out of my freaking hand. Right now, guys, what I'm trying to do is just find a good technique. Like, it seems like the bass have all been different bites. It's been anywhere. There we go. There we go.
Oh, nice.
It's a good boy. He's fighting so mean, bro. Dude, he's fat. Oh my goodness. There we go, guys. First fish at the new spot. Just trying to find a technique, low and slow. Got us this plump, juicy largie. And man, I think that puts us up. What are you gonna do, Bryce? We're at 3-2 now. You gotta answer the game. But yeah, working it low and slow. I think Googan bait is definitely kicking the butt today. I'll get a real quick weight on this guy. I'm assuming 3.2. What are you saying?
2.7.
2.7. Oh, he's undershooting me.
Yeah. What is it?
3.4.
Nice.
Dude, what a fatty for such a small fish. Well, guys, that's our 3rd fish. Puts us in the lead, and honestly, I'm gonna change out this worm because it's getting a little beat up. It definitely can be used, I would say, for another fish or 2. I just don't want it to go to waste if a fish hits it and kind of breaks off that back end, and the next thing you know, you don't have that. But look at that. That's actually a whole nother lure if you wanted. You can go smaller with this thing. Just figure that out, right? Take a look, see how that looks. Perfect. Look at that thing. Now we got a mini version of what we were throwing. And pull out our 2nd lure, though. I'm telling you, they definitely changed up the plastic on these worms than some of the other worms that they've been using. I also think it has a lot to do with the design that they went. There's a lot more structured, like this V-notching structure throughout the body of the bait. Not only allows it to move freely in any direction it wants, but it allows it to support it as well when it's getting beat up. I got that guy just right here along the edge, just real slow, real simple, kind of hopping it every now and again, how I normally would a Texas rig, and he just went bonkers on that thing. I'm digging this blazer worm. It reminds me, like I was telling Bryce over there, it reminds me of like a ribbon tail that's just a little bit more subtle, a little bit easier to flip and work in and out of areas. Not worrying about, oh, I just lost a good one talking. Jeez, man. Too much time talking. But anyways, I like the action of this bait. It's not too much, it's not too little. Well guys, after a solid day work of fishing, we're gonna end it right now with me being ahead at 3-2. Unfortunately, Bryce lost his last fish. It was an epic day going back to back. It was 1-1, 2-2, almost 3-3.
Almost.
Lost that last one. I actually lost 2 over here in this corner, but we're not gonna talk about fish we didn't catch. At the end of the day, we're just gonna say that I won this one and that the Blazin worms did pretty good. But let's talk about the worms real quick. We actually got out here. Bryce fished the same worm the entire day. Actually, can you show me that real quick? Look at this thing. It looks like it hasn't even been touched, basically. Top of that, he actually just cut off the very tip of the head, and the bait's basically brand new. I went through 2 of these Blazin worms. I could have honestly fished that one and just trimmed it down, but I just kind of wanted to try out this lure completely today and see what it did in the full length instead of, you know, reducing its size. As far as the rage tail, now this isn't something that we actually fished out there, but we did test all these lures in comparison. And I'll have to say that this thing, I think, honestly, swims the best. What do you have to say, Bryce? Which one swims the best?
Yeah, it's a hard tie between that rage tail and that Blazin worm for sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you see, I'm thinking the same thing. I think the uniqueness and the length of the Blazin worm is definitely gonna get you some bites, and it's definitely gonna get you some big bass like I caught today. But if you ask me which one of the 3 is probably the most ideal for pond hopping like we did today, I'm gonna have to go with probably that rage tail. If you ask me which one's my favorite of the 3, obviously it's gonna be the one that caught me the most fish, which is that Blazin worm. And if you ask me which is the most durable of the 3, it's an easy one with that one. It's gonna be that Z-Man. So hopefully you guys got a better idea of what these 3 lures are like in comparison, and hopefully you got a better understanding of how you can use them and catch some fish. But that's gonna be it for today. Big shout out to our boy Bryce for getting out here and taking the L, but we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.